My name is Frank Marino. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and now I'm Las Vegas's longest running headliner. For the past 21 years, I've been performing at the Riviera Hotel in a show called An Evening at Lacage, where I portrayed the chief of the fashion police, Joan Rivers. My idea of perfect happiness would probably be to be in a position where you wouldn't have to answer to anybody else. I think my greatest fear would be the fear of loneliness, or the fear of not having something to look forward to. Like, I really enjoy just always having something to look forward to keep me going. The person I admire most, living or dead, would probably be my mother, Sarah, who was my adopted mother and raised me. She's the one who taught me all my values and all the things that make me me today. She has just recently passed away, so I miss her greatly. But I remember growing up, I guess I got into this field originally because I was playing in her clothes, but then when I got into the field, it worked out better for her because she doubled her wardrobe. I think the character that annoys me most about myself is the fact that I'm so anal. I'm so worried about making everything perfect or looking right or get done in a timely manner that I wish I could just relax. I think another a characteristic that I really dislike is somebody who's jealous of somebody else or envious. And I also really dislike greedy people, people who just want more and more and more. They have 2 loaves of bread under their arm and yet they want another one. I'm really not excessive about too much. I think if I'm excessive about anything, probably clothing. Clothing or shoes, both as show person in drag or as a boy. I think if you go into my closet at home, it looks like Elton John's closet. I think it stems from growing up and not having too much. And then when I started buying, I kept buying and buying and buying, and I just wanted to have more and more and more. And I would say clothing would be the thing that I'm most excessive about. Oh, definitely the most overrated virtue is chastity. I mean, it might work for some, but it's really not worth it. The lowest depth of despair would probably be going into the house without makeup on. No, that was my funny answer. But really, when my mother, Sarah, passed away, I think for me, that was rock bottom. I don't think, and I'm probably still not out of it, I don't think I've ever had a feeling like that in my entire life before, and I hope I never have one worse. I think I'm very lucky, because if I could live anywhere in the world, I think I'd want to live in Las Vegas. From a little kid, from a little boy, I grew up wanting to be in the middle of the glamour and the glitz of Las Vegas, and to be able to move here when I was only 19 years old, I'm like living in heaven right now. My most treasured possession is my little Maltese dog, Cherie. I have her for 5 years now. Obviously, like any other dog, she gives me unconditional love. And she means the world to me. I would do anything for that dog. I go out shopping for the dog the way I'm excessive about clothing. She's got just as much as I do. My original goal in life was to be a medical doctor. And while I was going to school, to college, I was working in a very large pharmacy which had the makeup counter. And I guess I spent a little bit too much time up at the makeup counter. Started doing female impersonation, just on weekends, picking up pretty good money. And then decided to do the character Joan Rivers. When she was performing where I was living in New York, she was in Atlantic City, one state away, went to see her show and knocked on her door like a little kid going, "Miss Rivers, I impersonate you." She had me come backstage. When I was backstage, I met the producers of a show called An Evening at Lacage. I think that was the fork in the road that really changed my life and took me from a medical career to the career I've had ever since. Instead of having to go to school for 8 years and having a $200,000 bill, I got to put money in the bank instead. It's really strange looking back in retrospect. Moving out in Las Vegas by myself at 19 years old, it was like a kid in a candy store. I would open my dressing room window, look at the marquee and see Liberace, Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack. 19 years old, it really wasn't my music. But looking back now, I go, oh my God, I met a part of history. I would walk in Liberace's dressing room, have Frank Sinatra or Sammy Davis Jr. introduce me in an audience, and at 19 years old, really didn't click of how important that was in history. And when I look back, I go, wow, you really achieved something being able to see all that. Oh, the thing that gives me the most satisfaction every day is being able to say to somebody, I told you so. Wow, if I could have any talent that I don't have right now, I think it would be to be able to sing. In the show, I do comedy and I act and I do all that, but to be able to sing would just be amazing for me. I would love to be a glamorous rock star. I think my favorite distraction would probably be sex. Oh, wait, or food. Oh, wait, let's make it that. How about eating in bed? The only time I really lie, because I really get in trouble for being so upfront all the time, is probably from trying to get out of trouble myself or trying to get somebody from not being mad at me. So if it's gonna save somebody else's feelings, I think I would lie. I think my most obvious characteristic when somebody meets me will probably be my forwardness, my direct personality. I really don't think it matters if I'm dressed in makeup. Even as a man, when I'm dressed and I'm in a business meeting, where other people wouldn't speak up, I do. Being that I'm so forward all the time, I think the historical figure that I most identify with would probably be somebody probably like Rosa Parks, who wouldn't take no for an answer, who tried to right a wrong and always fought for a cause. I think I spend a lot of time fighting for different causes and trying to correct things that I think are wrong. It could be any cause. It could be from gay rights to anything like that. I'm always working for charities, which is a part of being an entertainer. You know, you get, so you got to give back. But I'll only work for charity if I really believe in it. Gay marriage and having rights, like for if you have a partner and they're in a situation where they're in a hospital and you would have no rights if you weren't really married. Trying to correct things like that. Rosa Parks did it for black people, not only gay people, but I like to do things for any group that I could help. If I had a magic wand and I could change the world in any way, I would like to make everybody be equal. Black, white, rich, poor, gay, straight. We're all brought into the world equal, but somewhere it changes. And later on in life, it becomes status, and I don't think it should. My top thing on my to-do list in life would probably be finish building my dream home. I just bought a big piece of land in Las Vegas, which is very interesting. My one neighbor is Gary Payton, the basketball player. The next side is Michael Jackson, the pop star, and I'd like to build the castle for the Queen of Vegas right on that property. So on the same block, we'd have the king and the queen. Being in the entertainment field, it's really a career of privilege. So it's really hard to stay grounded. So I try to really live my life with the motto that it's nice to be important, but it's even more important to be nice.